Alrighty, well, do I have a surprise for you guys? Wait for it. That right chair. I got a 1950 T. So, this was my graduation present from Dad. Now, here's the story. I can't remember if it was last March or last May. Last March or last April. Dad and I went over to a guy he used to work with who had this thing. He bought it when it was 7 years old. And it was his main workhorse because he had a John Deere 4020 and it wouldn't pull his chisel plow. So he got this to do that, and he decided that he was tired of Michigan, so he and his wife were moving to Texas, and he was keeping the John Deeres, but he's selling this. And we went over and looked at it, and he said he'd give it to us for $4,500. And at that point, I didn't have any money, so I couldn't buy it. And Dad said he didn't have any money, so he couldn't buy it. So I thought that was the end of it. Well, it just so happens this thing was sitting at a house that was surrounded by one of the fields I was scouting seed corn in. So all summer, once a week, I would walk past it. It was just sitting there teasing me. And then one day it up and disappeared right toward the end of summer. I thought, oh, he must have finally sold it. And then, if you guys will remember way back, I'm trying to remember what video it was in. I'm pretty sure it was a video where I was moldboarding at hayfield and I was telling a story when I was hooking up the plow about how I had to haul a 1950 T for Nick Morley. Well, it turns out this is it. So, come to find out, Dad actually bought this thing 3 days after we went and looked at it. Worked it out with Mike so that it could stay over there, so I got to look at it all summer. And then, to top things off, I'm the one that had to haul it back to Glean. I'm the one that loaded it on the trailer. I'm the one that took it off the trailer and put it in the barn over at Morley's. So then yesterday at my graduation party, I wasn't paying any attention. Nick took off, or snuck off without me seeing. And about an hour later, I hear something running in the driveway, and Dad says, hey, you need to come out here and see this. And next thing I know, this thing's sitting in the driveway. So, yeah. Tractor. And it does need a little bit of work done to it, but I am planning on at least putting it in the field doing something this spring. Probably put it on a color mulcher. And I didn't measure it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's set on 30-inch centers. So I'm probably going to cultivate with it. And this will probably be the one that gets set up with the saddle tanks for putting on 28, which probably won't happen this year, but it'll definitely happen for next year. And I'm going to leave this one light. I do need to either find and or fix. And these fenders, the tin's heavy enough, you could fix them if you absolutely could not find a pair. But I need a new pair of fenders for it because this tractor originally had I think it was a year-round cab on it. It was either a year-round or a comfort cab, one of the two. There wasn't enough left of it to be able to tell what the heck it was. But it was one of the cabs that sat between the fenders, and there's only about yay much room between the cab and the fenders, so all the dirt and dust and shit gets caked up in there, and that's what killed these fenders, not to mention all the crap that's still caked in the between the bracket and the fender. That kills them too. So I need to find new fenders for it. A couple oil leaks need fixed. When Mike bought it, he'd had the hydropower redone, or the hydroshift redone, and apparently there's something, or the main through shaft was getting worn or something to that effect, and it only does it in road gear, or it only does it in road gear. It'll start vibrating real bad, and apparently I didn't know it till after I took it for the test drive, but Mike told Dad if you slam it into direct and then upshift back into over, it'll quit doing it. And apparently it's because that shaft is worn and the clutch packs get just a little out of alignment. And I think he said it's $2,200. And that was when he had it done. It was $2,200 to put a new shaft in it. So what I'll probably do is skip that and find a second generation hydropower to put in it that's got the dipstick down on the side instead of up on top like this one is. Steering box needs rebuilt because it's leaking. That's what them drips are. But I mean, the motor in this old girl is strong. It carries about 45-ish pounds oil pressure wide open warm, and about 25 idling warm, which is better than my 19 does. So I don't think, at least for the time being, I don't think I'm going to touch the motor in it. Plus, I was talking to Brad when I was doing the turbo on my 19, and apparently 310 parts are getting a little hard to come by because Clevite obsoleted all the bearings for them, and they quit making the head gasket for it, but he's working on getting that problem rectified. So even if I wanted to go through and rebuild it at this point, I couldn't, but it doesn't need it anyway because she's strong. Now, speaking of the son of a bitch that lied to me, there he is right now. Now, we'll continue this story after a bit. Alrighty. Well, see if we can get it started. I don't think the glow plug works and its relay don't click, so I don't know if it's the button or the relay or both. So I may have to shoot it up. Oh, hey, it does click. All the gauges work in it, which is surprising. It is getting a straight pipe put on it, it's just too quiet. New front rubber on it, because that tire's not bad. That one's got a big old split in it, so I'm probably going to put 4 ribs on it. Just because I like the way they look better. here she is. Definitely gonna be seeing more of it this spring. We even got the have the duals for it. They're clamp-ons. I just need to get one or two J-bolts, and they're I don't know if anybody's ever seen them. They're DMI duals. They're not regular T-rails. There's a flat band welded on the inside of the ring, or welded on the inside of the rim with a bunch of holes pecked in it, and there's a special hook that hooks into those holes. It's kind of shaped like this with a little peg on it, and that hooks in, and then the J-bolt goes through it. Eventually it'll probably get a set of dual hubs on it, but I never did check. Three-point works. Means the remotes probably work. I'm going to go through, put all new hydraulic hoses on it, change over the couplers to this style, probably replace this one because it's kind of schmucked. I don't think those are the original brackets for the remotes to hang on either, so I'm going to have to find a set of those. But lights don't work. I need to figure out why that is. But nothing that won't keep it out of the field for this spring anyway, and then this winter probably tear it down and fix all the major shit. But I'm going to go ahead and get all the tin pulled off it so I can wash it off and pull it in the shop and start working on it. So I guess that does it for this one. We will catch you guys on the next one.